In this video, I'm going to share my solo Scotland travel guide of what to do, where to stay, what to eat, and my travel tips for traveling by myself. I'm Marilee Blair, and I've been to 56 countries, so my goal is to bring you those peak experiences exploring the world one video at a time with me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button to support this channel. Now, let's get into Scotland. Scotland is one of the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom, located in the northern part of the island of Great Britain. Scotland attracts millions of visitors annually, drawn by its historic castles, scenic landscapes, and cultural heritage. Popular tourist destinations include Edinburgh Castle, the Royal Mile, the Isle of Skye, Loch Lomond, and the Glencoe Viaduct, famously featured in the Harry Potter films. Edinburgh is the capital city of Scotland. It's renowned for its rich history, cultural significance, and stunning architecture. I went to Edinburgh in Scotland for my first time in March 2024 for 4 days and 3 nights. But I've been to London, UK twice, so here are my recommendations. Hotel. I chose to stay at Novotel Edinburgh Centre so I could be central to everything like the city centre and walking distance to the Royal Mile and the castle. Cost was $395.78 for 3 nights, which is about $131.92 per night, which is a great deal for Europe. Plus, it came with 2 free water bottles daily, free access to the sauna, gym, and pool, which I made sure to enjoy while staying here. Plus, since I arrived early, they ended up letting me check in early without having to pay for it, which is why I always love traveling and arriving earlier so I can have more time to relax in the room if the hotel allows that, and so I can get used to the time change. And I was very close walking distance to so many restaurants, cafes, and grocery stores, which helped me save a lot of money. Now, here are my top 15 things to do in Scotland. Number 1, explore Edinburgh Castle. Visit the iconic Edinburgh Castle, perched atop Castle Rock, and explore its historic rooms, museums, and stunning views over the city. I loved this castle so much and all of the views. Number 2, hike in the Scottish Highlands. Experience the breathtaking landscapes of the Highlands with hikes in places like Glencoe, Ben Nevis, which is the highest peak in the UK, and the Cairngorms. Oh my god, you have to witness the beauty of the Scottish Highlands. Wow, these are seriously some of the most beautiful views I've ever seen in my life. I booked day tour with round-trip transportation with Get Your Guide. So I will leave my affiliate link for this tour in the description of this video if you want to enjoy the same one. Because I was traveling by myself, this was actually the best way for me to get around with a guide, round-trip transportation, and get to meet other people. And the meeting spot was only a 10-minute walk from my hotel, which made it perfect, so I didn't have to pay to get there. Cost for the tour I did was €71.19 for this 12.5-hour tour that included a stop in Glencoe, lunch in Fort Augustus, and then you have to pay extra in cash if you wanted to do the Loch Ness boat cruise, which I did, and I'm so happy I did because it was a great experience, and I believe it was around €15. And luckily there was a post office because I didn't bring cash, so I had to get some there. And they also included the famous Highland cows called the Highland coos, which I was so happy to take video and pictures of them. They're really adorable. And then we also had a stop at the Commando Memorial at Speen Bridge with gorgeous views of the Ben Nevis Range. So I do highly recommend this tour. And number 3, visit Loch Ness. So again, I mentioned take a boat tour on Loch Ness and try to spot the legendary Loch Ness monster. Visit the ruins and the castle on the shores of the loch. I love doing this because there were so many beautiful views from the boat ride. It was freezing outside, so I actually decided to stay inside and enjoy it, and they had really comfy seats, but you could sit outside too. Number 4, tour the Isle of Skye. Discover the dramatic landscapes, fairy pools, and picturesque villages on the Isle of Skye. Don't miss the Old Man of Storr and the quarry. Number 5, experience the Edinburgh Castle. Edinburgh Castle has stood since at least the 12th century, playing a central role in Scotland's history. Perched atop Castle Rock, the castle offers a stunning example of medieval architecture. From the castle, you get breathtaking views of Edinburgh and the surrounding landscapes, including the Firth of Forth and the Pentland Hills. I love this castle. It was so easy to walk to from my hotel and had the most gorgeous panoramic views of all of Edinburgh. I took my time to explore and asked strangers to help me take a lot of photos of me. Number 6, stroll through the Royal Mile. Walk the historic Royal Mile in Edinburgh, Old Town, lined with shops, restaurants, and landmarks. Number 7, explore Glasgow's vibrant cultural scene. Visit the Kellengrove Art Gallery and Museum, the Riverside Museum, and a lot of different live music venues. Number 8, tour whiskey distilleries. You can visit so many whiskey distilleries in regions like Speyside, Islay, and the Highlands to learn about the production process and sample different varieties. Number 9, visit Stirling Castle. It's one of Scotland's most historically significant castles, known for its role in the Wars of Scottish Independence. Number 10, explore the Outer Hebrides, where you can discover their beauty with pristine beaches, unique wildlife, and the ancient standing stones of Callanish. Number 11, walk the West Highland Way. When you hike the West Highland Way, it's the famous long-distance trail that stretches from Milton Cave near Glasgow to Fort William in the Highlands. Number 12, marvel at the Kelpies and Falkirk Wheel. Visit the Kelpies, which is a 30-meter high horse head sculpture, and the Falkirk Wheel, which is a unique rotating boat lift near Falkirk. Number 13, attend a Sela Day. Experience the traditional Scottish music and dance at a Sela Day, a social gathering with live folk music and dancing. Number 14, explore the Orkney Islands. Visit the Orkney Islands to see Neolithic sites like Sacher Brae, the Rings of Brodgar, and Mashow, along with stunning coastal scenery. And number 15, visit the Royal Botanic Garden in Edinburgh, and you can see all the different flowers and plants and glasshouses and scenic landscapes. Now, food. Food that you have to try in Scotland. You have to try haggis. They're Scotland's national dish made from sheep's heart, liver, and lungs, mixed with oatmeal, onions, and spices. Traditionally encased in a sheep's stomach and boiled, it's often served with neeps and tatties, which are turnips and potatoes. Try Scotch pie, a small double-crusted meat pie filled with mince, mutton, or other meats, often seasoned with pepper and spices. Try Colkin skink, a hearty soup made with smoked haddock, potatoes, and onions. It's a traditional dish from the town of Cullen in the northeast of Scotland. Try Scottish salmon. Renowned worldwide, Scottish salmon can be enjoyed smoked, poached, grilled, or in many other ways. It's particularly popular with cream cheese and bagels. Try Crenachin, a traditional Scottish dessert made from whipped cream. It has honey, fresh raspberries, toasted oats, and a splash of whiskey. It's often served in layers. Try black pudding. It's a type of blood sausage made from pork blood, fat, and oatmeal. It's typically sliced and fried, often served as part of a full Scottish breakfast. Try bannets, traditional Scottish flatbreads made from oats or barley. They can be savory or sweet and are often enjoyed with butter or cheese. Try stovies. They're a comforting dish made from potatoes, onions, and leftover roast meat, all slow cooked together, often served with oat cakes. Try shortbread, a classic Scottish biscuit made from butter, sugar, and flour. It's rich, crumbly, and often enjoyed with tea or coffee. And try a full Scottish breakfast, which is usually bacon, sausage, the black pudding, tatty scones, which are potato scones, fried eggs, mushrooms, tomatoes, and baked beans. Now, here is my solo female travel tip. I traveled to Scotland by myself and made sure that when I booked a hotel, it was in a central location with great reviews so I could feel safe and have security there, which is why I actually chose a hotel over an Airbnb, because at least I would have people there that could help me if I needed security or even just getting around. I felt extremely safe by myself in Scotland. It was so easy to get around walking and utilizing Uber and taxi when I needed to get to and from the airport. So I highly recommend coming coming to Edinburgh if you do decide to go for a solo travel trip, and book group tours like I did because it made me feel really safe with Get Your Guide and allowed me to meet new people easily as well. Transportation. So I mentioned I utilize taking a taxi from Edinburgh to my hotel, and then I use an Uber to get back to the airport. And I mainly walked as much as I could except for the Get Your Guide tours that included transportation. Currency. Scotland uses the British pound, so make sure to exchange some money for pounds while traveling just in case of emergencies. But since I have the Chase Reserve credit card, I use that on the majority of restaurants and tours since there are no foreign fees and it acts as a travel insurance. So I will leave my Chase referral link in the description of this video so you can get some bonus points for signing up. Thank you all for exploring the world one video at a time with me, your own personal bougie budgeter. If you found this video helpful, check out my Malta and Italy YouTube videos that people enjoyed. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. And look for brand new episodes every Wednesday. Safe travels and see you next week.